Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Topic of our discussion is about the disadvantages of hard water. As we have already studied that water is having two types of hardnesses, temporary or permanent hardnesses, but now we have to focus that how this hard water basically affect human health and in which particular areas of life it is basically causing any problem. So first thing which is the disadvantage is large soap consumption. Hard water consume large amount of the soap in washing purposes, and the reason behind it is the formation of scum rather than formation of lather. Soap is actually sodium stearate, which is having C17H35COONA. This C17H35CONA is the fatty part, long chain of fatty acids, while Na is basically the sodium ions which is present, and soap is the sodium salt of long chain fatty acids. But when you use that soap in hard water, the calcium ions, which are either in the form of bicarbonates, sulfates, or chlorides present in the hard water causing the hardness, it basically replaces sodium ions and get attached with the fatty part and forming the calcium and magnesium salts of fatty acids, and thus large amount of the soap is consumed as a scum rather than lather formation. So C17H35, in this equation you will find out that C17H35CONA, we balance it with 2 because we have to use calcium ions which are having +2 charge over here. So calcium ion is there which is reacted with this, and this is calcium stearate. Along with that you are having NaCl which goes into the water and not responsible for causing any hardness in. Secondly, you are having this figure in front of you. That yellow dot is representing you a presence of oil or the dirt particle or the oil particle on the clothes. When you use that soap, this long chain of fatty acid, which is the part of C17H35, is basically facing that droplet, and on other hand side the purple small circles representing the sodium ion which faces towards water, and in this way it basically causing a pull and try to detach that oil particle from the cloth. So another important disadvantages is that when you drink that hard water, it causes normally stomach disorders. Drinking water in which magnesium sulfate is present is high concentration is causing a laxative effect. It is hard water is also not fit for use in steam engines, boilers and turbines, because when you heat hard water, the insoluble calcium and magnesium ions present in the water is deposited inside, and they are called as scales. They are not only the bad conductors of heat and electricity, and as an outcome of that you need high fuel consumption, and insoluble calcium and magnesium ions not only reduces the efficiency of the engine, but it also causes the boiler to. So from that you can imagine that how these hard water basically causing different effects in different fields of our. Okay, in this figure you have seen a white color, a comparison of two different figures. One is the figure which is having a white mass on it. These are actually the scales of calcium or magnesiums, and they are basically deposited inside because of the overboiling of hard water. And another is the another figure where you are having a clean clean apparatus, and normally you see that mostly in kettles when we boil water for the long period of time, we notice that the deposition of the scales at the bottom. So what we have to do is that we have to use vinegar to remove that. But for the larger scales, obviously for the boilers or the larger scales, you have to need 5% dilute HCl to remove that scales. And I think this today's lecture is beneficial for you. Inshallah, we will meet with another topic which is related to waterborne infectious diseases. Okay, Allah Hafiz from my side.